This is from Christopher, our good friend Christopher Carpenter. And this was taken in at the Grand Central
Yep,
Terminal. He took a whole day, and he's got a lot of really good photos.
I love it. You guys are hitting home runs here. This is incredible. I love it because we're breaking that rule of thirds, which doesn't even exist. You didn't try to frame your subject, off to this side or that side, right smack in the middle. Pretty amazing. You've got the line, you've got leading lines. How did you capture a photograph with one single person in it in Grand Central? I always call it
Oh,
Grand Central Station.
actually, do you
Oh,
see
okay.
there are even a couple other people, but they're so subtle you miss
But
them
on
at
the
first.
walkway, I mean, that's just
Oh yeah,
unbelievable.
definitely.
Yeah. So I'd be curious, doesn't really matter. Is this a subject that you posed there? Or is this just this girl walking along? Beautiful photograph. Well framed. Again, frame within frame. Leading lines. It's got this beautiful warm tone to it. The reflection of light coming off of the stone floor. I know what that place smells like, and I can smell it. When you get into these stations, and it's kind of like got that smell of bodies, but there's also sort of a kind of an oily smell. I don't know what that's from exactly, but you can see the kind of the oiliness in the stones. Does that just come about because so many people are walking and they're near I don't know. It'd be interesting to discover what makes that. And then the balls of the chandeliers, yeah, another kind of leading line. So many good things about it. Bravo.
This could
Excellent.
be like a movie poster. It's
Yeah,
so good. Yeah.
exactly. I mean, I just love the flare of her skirt too. It's like
Mhm.
you stood there for about 3 hours. That's incredible. You waited for that moment. Extra bonus points because that's something I really like to stress with you guys. It's like get out of the instant mode of oh nothing there, snap, go on to something else. You got to wait. Ansel Adams waited 9 hours for the clouds to line up just the way he wanted. Boom. Bob Holmes talks about that. You got to be patient. In our world of instantaneous, instant gratification, everything's got to happen like that. Get rid of that. Throw that out. Absolutely worth waiting for. Okay.
Definitely.
I'm super impressed. Who else?
All right. This is from Mike. Uh, and so he did a little sports work today, and he described this as slipping multiple tackles.
I love it. Wow, look at these guys. That's some serious charging there. That is amazing. Those younger bodies defy what I feel like I'm seeing here. Looks like a pro player, and is so well framed. The only thing I want you to get rid of is that on the bottom right, that little bit of blur. It just pulls my eye. Get rid of it. Um, you can. I hate to see you crop off too much. You can certainly cheat and get into Photoshop and do a cloning on that, or Lightroom for that matter. But it it's the only thing I don't want there. I don't want my eye going, what's that? Is that the back of somebody's head or what's going on? Just lose it. Because everything else is really great in that frame. You've got the this running back at the moment, could be a quarterback, we don't know, but framed perfectly. Um, the green and the orange guys are not bumping into each other in the frame, and it's very clear. And he's at that decisive moment of really just taking off. They're not going to be able to stop him. It looks like to me, he's got so much energy going forward, and again, that's that saw and felt feeling, you know. So, bravo, good work, you guys. I love what I'm seeing here. I'm trying to be critical, and I just can't find anything to be critical about.
All right.
Critique doesn't mean
This is
critical, by the way.
our next one. So this one was from Damon, and they specifically were looking for some feedback for this one. So it looks like they're trying to do a product shot here.
Yeah, my eye immediately goes to the product and the table. I would probably get rid of that cloth. I don't feel like that's adding. It just feels like somebody left a cloth in the frame to me. If you get rid of it, less is more. Then, as far as the product goes, our eye is going to go right to the product. You've got it framed nicely with the corner of the table. That's beautiful wood. Just pull the cloth out of the way. And sometimes, not actually almost all the time, it's about what can you get out of the frame? What could you remove? And in real life, well, it's just like what I said. Remove the guy's head. It doesn't add to the story. Lose it. Yeah, Hans said I'd zoom in a little bit closer, maybe a lower angle. Could be. I like this angle. I kind of like it's kind of like from eye level looking down. I'm assuming you probably shot it from different angles. But just clean it up. Get rid of the cloth. And I feel like it'd just be a lot stronger. If you really are doing a product shot too, you want to just emphasize that product. I guess the other thing, just not to harp on the cloth, it doesn't really explain anything to me about what's going on here. Like if it was something that somehow related to that product, I might be able, like a glass, let's say. Then I would go, oh, okay, he's going to pour himself a beer. The cloth doesn't make sense. Just ace it out of there. Yes, Christopher saying additive for contrast. Yeah, it just doesn't need to be there, in my opinion. And I'm only going to express my opinion. You can do whatever you want with it. But it's a good shot. I like it. Keep going.
All right. We got a couple that were just submitted a little bit ago. This one's from Jeff. Twisted Sisters.
Jeff Hosier?
Yep, Jeff Hosier.
Well, Jeff, I've never seen you photographed like this before. That's pretty clever. Yeah, you got their hair intertwined. That's a very clever... Two sisters turning into a unicorn. And it's a very clever photograph. And obviously I'm assuming you visualize this. Jeff, the only tiniest little thing, I would like to see the little tip of that in the frame. I don't know if you crop this, if you have some space, give it a little more so we kind of see the end of that unicorn. That's my only, I just get impressions, and I try to pass along what I see. But that's a very tiny thing, and I'm kind of guessing you probably got another frame that you could open up a little bit. And sometimes we just really want to see. I gave myself a critique on this. I photographed my wife in Arches, Utah, and it's a cool shot of her in the middle of the arch going like this, but I missed getting the top of the arch in the frame. And it bugs me. I wish I had just pulled back a little bit. So, I give myself my own critique. I don't know that anybody else really cares, but it was my own critique. I want to see that edge, So, otherwise, very cool photograph. To a crossbar. Okay. All right. So, I don't know if you could do anything with that crossbar and clone it out or something, but that's just, I get what you did there. Okay. Please subscribe and enable the bell so you don't miss any of our new shows. Like the video and please share it and leave your comments. I love hearing from you. And remember to get out and capture your own images of life.